What a pass! What a goal!
Back for Johaniak, a drive off a couple of bodies, loose on the side, and Vikman gets to his left.
It's Cagnoni with a move. Cagnoni shoots. Cagnoni scores!
This is the year of our draft, and a lot of my buddies as well. So it's pretty exciting.
Obviously, it's in the back of your mind. So it's a big year for all of us 05s.
Players who come to the Western Hockey League obviously are interested in pursuing their hockey careers and going as far in the system as they possibly can, whether that's turning professional or other opportunities that present themselves. But the scholarship program is equally important because it gives the players an opportunity to pursue their academic goals at the same time.
I'm understanding now what the average student has to go through to graduate. The WHL provides or relieves you of that stress to allow you to succeed in the classroom.
Check out the new CHL Pick'em presented by BetRivers. It's simple to play. Log on to the CHL app, click Pick'em, and enter your weekly predictions. Lucky players will win great prizes provided by BetRivers Casino and Sportsbook. Download the CHL app.
Is it time to take your event online? Bring it to IKS Live. We've got a fully customized virtual event platform with remote guest support for your next fundraiser, talk show, conference, performance, and more. IKS Live offers live streaming to Facebook Live and YouTube and pre-recorded capabilities, both in our studio with green screen available and on location with pre-production and post-production services. Visit us at ikslive.ca.
It got tight in the end, but in the end, the Moose Jaw Warriors came out with the big 5-3 win over the Prince Albert Raiders tonight, snapping a 3-game losing streak for Moose Jaw, and it's a good momentum going into a week of practice next week for the Warriors before they have a home-and-home with Swift Current. But a big victory here tonight. We got plenty to go over on the post-game show. We'll hear from Warriors head coach Mark O'Leary in just a little bit. We'll also take a look at your out-of-town scoreboard, get you the 3 stars of the hockey game. But first, let's take a look at the scoring summary, and it starts with Jagger Furcus and a shorthanded goal that comes late in the second period, or late in the first period, about just over 6 minutes left in that, or 7 minutes left in that first period. First period, Jagger Furcus gets his 32nd of the year shorthanded, snapping that one home and putting the Warriors in front at that point. And then just a couple minutes later, 1:59 later, Eric Ulry has a shot go off a PA defender into the back of the net for his 18th of the season, making it 2-0 for the Warriors at that point. Then Matthew Gallant, to start the second period, gets the Warriors up 3-0 with his first goal of the season, getting him on the board, and a power play goal, which was big for the Warriors. But only a couple minutes later, Neil Crocker comes back for Prince Albert, gets his 16th of the season on the power play to make it back down to a 2-goal game. But Warriors restore that 3-goal lead right away as Braden Yeager scores late in the second period on the power play for his 25th of the season to make it a 4-1 game after 2 periods of play. Then Keaton Sorensen, just 18 seconds into the third period, gives PA some momentum. They continue to press in that third period, makes them put a lot of pressure on the Warriors. And Evan Herman gets his 15th of the season with about 7 minutes to go, making it a 1-goal hockey game. The Warriors clamp down after that, though. Ryder Korzak sends it into the empty net, winning a face-off and then putting it into the back of the net for his 24th of the year with just over 30 seconds left in this hockey game. And that makes it a 5-3 victory for the Moose Jaw Warriors, a big win here tonight. Moving the Warriors now just 1 point away from clinching a WHL playoff spot. That can come either with another point next week or a loss by Calgary in their game tomorrow. So that will be big for the Moose Jaw Warriors, so fans will want to keep an eye on that Calgary Hitmen game tomorrow after this victory. The Warriors now just 1 point away from securing a spot in the WHL playoffs. Let's take a look at the 3 stars of the hockey game here tonight. Your third star is Eric Ulrey, one goal, big one for the Warriors in that first period. He gets your third star. Could have been a number of other Warriors. Braden Yager had a great game. Denton Matejchuk also put together a strong game for the Warriors, as did Jackson Unger and net, making 34 saves. Those guys all could have made their way into the stars here tonight, but Eric Ulrey takes it with the 1-goal performance here in this one. Second star is Nail Crocker from the Prince Albert Raiders. He scored their opening goal, got them on the board, played a really hard physical game here for the Raiders tonight, and he is your second star. And with a goal and 2 points, Jagger Furcus is the first star of the hockey game. Got the scoring started, set up Braden Yager for a nice goal in the second period that gave the Warriors some much-needed cushion going into the third period. He is your first star of the hockey game here tonight. So the Warriors skate to a 5-3 victory over the Prince Albert Raiders. We'll hopefully catch up with Warriors head coach Marc O'Leary in just a few minutes. And also we'll have the out-of-town scoreboard when we come back next here on IKS Media Warriors Live.
Does this look familiar? Your fans deserve an incredible arena experience. It's time for an upgrade. Stunning graphics. Revenue opportunities are just the beginning with our in-venue display systems and scoring technology. Let us help you find the best solution for your facility. DDG, always delivering the best fan experience.
It's where co-workers gather for team lunches. It's where first dates feel a little less awkward. It's where friends are treated like family. It's the Mad Greek.
Thank you for 20 years of local love and support.
We can't wait for the next 20 years. We love Moose Jaw.
Dine in, take out, or delivery for the best ribs in town. Pizzas, pastas, and authentic Greek cuisine. It's the taste of tradition at the Mad Greek, 925 Main Street North, Moose Jaw.
Welcome back into the Moose Jaw Event Center as we continue to go through the 5-3 win for the Warriors over the Prince Albert Raiders. Let's head down to the Warriors locker room where I'm being joined by head coach Marc O'Leary after tonight's game. And coach, the team gets a great start to this hockey game and kind of rides that momentum through the 3 periods. I guess your thoughts on this win here tonight.
Yeah, I thought it was a real gutsy win. There's a lot of guys in the dressing room right now that they're pretty sick or white as a ghost, and they found a way to gut it out. I know it's not easy, but I think, like you mentioned, we had a fast start. I think that was important to get a little bit of something good early on and gain some confidence with that. But to a man, I thought everybody contributed in their own way here tonight. Well-deserved time off here now for them.
When a team is maybe battling some illnesses, does that kind of get everyone to focus in a little bit more just to make sure that they are all pulling together in the same way?
Well, I think it's for sure a time just to simplify things. When you're a little bit sick, maybe you start to think a little bit slower, and when you try to overcomplicate things, that we run into trouble. And I thought we did a pretty good job of that overall. There was some moments where I think our fatigue showed, but by the end of it, we did what we needed to do. We dug in inside a home plate in our own end. We spent maybe a little bit too much time in our own end in the third period. A lot of that was some failed exits, and maybe a little bit of that was fatigue. But proud of the guys and how they dug in and got the job done nonetheless.
Jackson Unger makes 16 saves in the third period, 32 saves overall in this game. He seemed to really elevate his game here tonight.
Yeah, we really needed him in the third period. Like I said, we were too much time in the D zone, and with a team like DA that plays off the shot, a lot of their offense comes from point shots and then banging away. So we saw that in the third period, and Jackson was there standing tall.
How big is this win now, and after a couple of 2 hard-fought games, to get a week of practice in and maybe some rest for the team as well?
Yeah, that's a real long week if you end it with a loss, that's for sure. So I think it was important to end on a high note. Obviously, we were going through a little bit of a tough stretch there with some losses and maybe squeezing our stick a little bit too tight, trying to look for offense. So, I think we should feel good about the game we had today. Take advantage of the long week we have here. We'll get some rest, get back to work with some good practices, and looking forward to next weekend's home with Swift.
Great. Congratulations on the win, Coach, and thanks for joining me here tonight.
Thanks, Mark.
Thanks to Warriors head coach Mark O'Leary for joining us here on the post-game show. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard now to wrap things up. Busy 10-game slate in the WHL tonight, and we'll start in Brandon, where the Winnipeg Ice roll to an 8-3 win over the Wheat Kings. Connor Geekie gets a hat trick in that one. Winnipeg gets 7 goals in the first 2 periods and cruises to that win over their provincial rival. In Regina, the Pats continue to find a way. Suzdalev scores in overtime, and they knock off the Red Deer Rebels 6-5 in the extra period. And that's a big comeback victory for the Regina Pats once again. They've now beat the top 2 teams in the Eastern Conference on back-to-back nights. They'll get number 3 tomorrow, who the Saskatoon Blades coming in hot as they knock off the Lethbridge Hurricanes 5-1 here tonight. That will be a matchup to watch tomorrow in Regina with the Pats and Blades going head-to-head there in the Queen City as Regina wraps up a 3-game weekend homestand. Up in Edmonton tonight, the Swift Current Broncos have a 3-0 lead on the Oil Kings. That game after 2 periods of play. Moving over to the Western Conference, we have some games just getting underway, as well as some games midway through. Portland is up 2-1 on Tri-City. That game late in the second period. Spokane has a 3-2 lead on the Prince George Cougars. That game also late second period. Vancouver out in front 3-1 on Victoria after scoring 3 goals in the middle frame. They lead 3-1 also late in the second period of that one. Seattle is out in front 2-0 after a couple of goals, one in the first, one in the second against Everett. And just underway in Kelowna, the Kamloops Blazers are up 2-1 in that one. That game late in the first period. Zellweger and Bankier with the goals for Kamloops. Cristal with the goal for Kelowna as Kamloops leads the rivalry game against Kelowna 2-1. So the Warriors pick up a big 2 points here tonight, 5-3 win over Prince Albert. They will now look in a scoreboard watch tomorrow with Calgary in action, looking if a loss for Calgary, the Warriors will clinch a spot in the 2023 WHL playoffs. If not, they can do it next weekend when they take on the Swift Current Broncos in a home-and-home. Swift Current comes to Moose Jaw on Friday, then Moose Jaw heads to Swift Current on Friday, then the Warriors host the Broncos on Saturday. It's Fan Appreciation Night at the Moose Jaw Event Center, so make sure you get your tickets, and there's plenty of giveaways and all that kind of stuff. I have hear a rumor that there will be some hockey cards available at that game, so you'll want to be in attendance on Saturday night when the Warriors take on the Broncos here in downtown Moose Jaw. We'll have all the action for that game here. And you can that'll be in our next broadcast here. But thank you for tuning in tonight on IKS Media Warriors Live.